Good afternoon. This is Lee with Biohazard Gaming Computers, and today we are unboxing the Zotac GeForce GTX 780 Overclock Edition. What's special about this GTX 780 is that it has 6 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory. There's a ton of 780s flooding the market, but NVIDIA has recently released reference boards to these companies that have 6 gigabytes of memory on them. And what does this mean? Well, what this means is people, the gamers that are wanting to run high resolution, and gamers that have multiple monitors, like say 3 monitors in NVIDIA Surround. This means that you're not going to run out of video RAM anymore. Before, the 3 gigabyte 780s, 780 Ti's, you would have to back down your settings in some games. Not all titles, but some titles. For example, the new title Watch Dogs, it's real easy to hit your 3 gigabyte threshold. So you would have to back your textures down if you're running 3 monitors to even say medium. So what's the point of having a $800 or $700 graphics card if you have to back these settings down to get to be able to play it? This is going to solve that. You know, before you had to invest in a Titan or something of that caliber to get the 6 gigabytes. And that's not always a possibility. This is under $600. I've seen it as cheap as $529. Zotac is not the only, obviously not the only company. They're the only ones that I could get a design from to benchmark. Right now, EVGA is sold out. You can't find one anywhere, not on their website, not any of their partner websites. You can't find the 6 gigabyte. It's that popular. But really, underneath, besides the cooler, it's the same card. You know, you're dealing with the same reference PCB. It's been overclocked. A few things have been changed, but you've still got your 2 DVI ports, your HDMI, and your display port. Well, let's get to it. As with the other 780s out there, you can run these in SLI, so definitely grab 2 or 3, you know, if you've got the money to do so. And at a $500 price point, it's not so bad. The memory's what's important, you know. Now, if you're only running one screen and running 1080, you know, or even 1440, there's no reason to buy this card. Like I said, a 3 gigabyte 780 is more than fine. But if you plan on expanding into multi-monitor or multi 4K monitor support, and you want to be able to play with higher settings, you're going to need 6 gigabytes minimum. And remember, adding, if you've got a 3 gigabyte card now, a 3 gigabyte 780 or 780 Ti, adding a second card does not double your video RAM. Okay, that doesn't give you 6. It doesn't enable you to run more monitors. All it does is mirror the first card. So you need a card with 6 on it, no matter how many more you're going to add. It seems like it's a pretty nice design. There are 2 different types of fans, and they're obviously going to function different. This is probably going to pull in the air. These are going to push it out, exhaust it, or circulate it around inside. The PCB is just black PCB, reference 780 basically. It's got a few Zotac changes on it. Other than that, it's pretty stock. PCI 3.0 times 16. Got DVI-D, DVI-I, HDMI display port. As far as hooking it up, a 6-pin and an 8-pin. So, you know, it's pretty standard. It's a good looking card. Unfortunately, it does not come with a backplate, but I know that there are some companies that make backplates that will fit. So, you know, a standard 780 backplate or 780 Ti backplate should fit on this card. Just make sure it's for a reference card, because some aftermarket companies, you know, well, like Asus and stuff, some of their 780, 780 Ti's are wider. Those backplates wouldn't obviously fit. But if you're wanting a backplate, now personally what I plan on doing with this card is I'm going to put it in one of my second gaming computers, and I'm going to use it in SLI. I'm going to use my EVGA with the backplate, my EVGA 780 6 gigabyte, the back plate on top. That'll be the viewable one, and then I'm going to run this one in SLI on the bottom, and then a 750 Ti as for a PhysX dedicated GPU. Okay, the specs for the Zotac GeForce GTX 780 OC. It has a 941 megahertz base clock and a 993 megahertz boost clock. Now that's out of the box. You can obviously overclock, and 2304, 2304 CUDA cores versus the 2880 and the 780 Ti, although they're not currently making a 780 Ti with 6 gigabytes of GDDR5. There are rumors about a board coming out, Ti, 780 Ti with 6 gigs. I have spoke with NVIDIA. They won't admit to that happening, and to be honest with you, I highly doubt that that's going to happen, because that would take away from the Titan Black sales, because basically if you had a 780 Ti with 6 gigabytes of GDDR5, you have a Titan Black. And why would they do that? Obviously the 780 Ti would have to have a lower price point. Nobody at that point would buy a Titan Black at all. That's the whole purpose of having the Titan Black. It's the 780 Ti with 6 gigabytes of GDDR5. The other specs, the memory clock, the 6 gigabytes run at 6008 megahertz, and it does have DirectX 11.2, OpenGL 4.4, and again 2 DVI. One's DVI-D out of those two. HDMI port is one display port, and VGA is achieved through adapter that is included with it. So thanks for watching the video, and I appreciate it. This is Lee with Biohazard Gaming Computers, and go out and get you one. Enjoy it.